In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to...
Yes, I did. I'm not going to the...
I believe you... Did you say
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir.
Witness punishment so bizarre, they feel straight out of a playbook. These are the cases that defy expectations and make you question the very idea of fairness and justice. From unusual creativity to downright shocking rulings, these sentences will leave you speechless and wondering, how is this even real? Leave you questioning how chaos can suddenly erupt in the most controlled environments. Deborah Redden. A courtroom, a place for order and decorum, turned into a scene of shocking chaos when Deborah Redden, a 31-year-old man, committed a brazen act of violence against Judge Mary Kay Holthus in Las Vegas. On January 3, 2024, during what was meant to be a routine sentencing hearing for Redden's felony battery case, the unthinkable happened. Judge Holthus, poised to deliver her ruling, suddenly found herself the target of a brutal attack. Redden leapt over the 4-foot-high bench, tackling the judge with such force that the courtroom erupted into pandemonium.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court...
The chaos lasted mere moments, but felt like an eternity to those present. Judge Holthus, though physically shaken and bruised, miraculously avoided life-threatening injuries. However, the psychological impact of such an attack was palpable, as she later admitted fearing for her life. Returned to the bench days later to continue presiding over Redden's sentencing hearing. With visible professionalism, she ensured the proceedings were uninterrupted by the events of the previous week. The courtroom was packed with security. 7 deputies surrounded Redden, while an 8th stood watch near the judge's bench. Redden entered the room wearing shackles, orange mitts over his hands, and a mask covering his face. Precautions that underscored the severity of his earlier actions. In the judge's opening remarks, she emphasized that the sentence she was about to deliver was the one she had decided before the attack, underlying her commitment to judicial integrity. The purpose of today's hearing, she firmly stated, is to conclude the sentencing as originally intended, despite the interruption caused by the defendant's actions. In sentencing him, Judge Holthus calmly listed the penalties, which included a prison term of 19 to 48 months for his initial charge. Her demeanor was unshaken. A testimony
changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions.
in legitimacy of the judicial process, ensuring that Redden's attack would not derail justice. The legal community reacted with both outrage and admiration. Redden, already diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, pleaded not guilty to the new charges by reason of insanity. His defense argued that his untreated mental illness fueled his actions, a sobering reminder of the challenges posed by mental health issues in the criminal justice system. By December 2024, Redden faced additional charges, including attempted murder and battery. The next case is so shocking, it might make you question the limits of courtroom decorum and the weight of words uttered in the heat of the moment. Daryl Jarrell. This dramatic incident unfolded in a Washtenaw County court, where Daryl Jarrell found himself at the center of a spectacle that left everyone in stunned disbelief. Presiding over the case was Judge Cedric Simpson, known for his calm authority and ability to handle even the most unexpected courtroom situations. The case itself was a misdemeanor trespassing charge, seemingly straightforward, but what transpired was anything but ordinary. The courtroom atmosphere shifted dramatically as Jarrell, already agitated, unleashed a torrent of frustration. The case had faced delays, and as Judge Simpson began explaining the reasons for the postponement, Jarrell's anger boiled over. His voice rang with defiance as he declared, "I'm tired of this state. I'm ready to leave this state as soon as possible." His frustration escalated into a profane outburst that shocked everyone present.
State, I'm ready to leave this state as soon as possible. It's trespassing. I could technically leave and you guys could issue a warrant as long as I'll return to just kiss my ass.
No. I'm gonna tell you what. You don't come in here, you don't false use it. Okay, that's contempt, that's 93.
Fuck you. The courtroom seemed to freeze for a moment before the judge delivered his response with measured
Here, you don't false use it.
contempt. That's 93 days. But Jarrell's tirade didn't stop. Each insult hurled at the bench was met with additional contempt charges.
Okay, that's contempt, that's 93. Keep going. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive.
He continued shouting profanities as they led him away, his voice echoing through the room. The scene left an indelible impression on everyone present, especially Keith Jenkins, the next defendant on the docket. Jenkins watched in wide-eyed disbelief, his mouth agape as Jarrell's outburst spiraled out of control. When called to stand before the judge, Jenkins greeted him nervously with a stammered, "How you doing, sir?" His tone was one of cautious disbelief, as though he couldn't quite believe what he had just witnessed. The tension in the room finally broke with awkward laughter, but the gravity of the situation lingered. This courtroom drama, born of a simple trespassing case, became a striking example of how quickly emotions can escalate and how even minor offenses can take an unexpected turn. Imagine a courtroom moment so startling that it leaves everyone questioning how quickly words and actions can escalate into life-altering consequences. This is precisely what happened in February 2013, when Penelope Soto, an 18-year-old first-time offender, faced Judge George Rodriguez Chomat in a Miami-Dade County courtroom. Penelope Soto. Soto had been arrested for illegal possession of Xanax, 26 bars in total, and her bond hearing quickly became infamous. Standing before Judge Rodriguez Chomat, Soto's demeanor was casual, even playful, as she reviewed her charges. When asked about her financial status, she laughed intermittently.
I own a lot of jewelry, all right, as well as
Go
a
ahead.
car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? Well, it's not a joke, you know. We are not in a club now.
Okay, but it's
Well,
kind
you
of,
see,
but
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about it.
You're
You
being
just
very.
made me
I can see
laugh.
you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh.
As the judge set her bond at $5,000, Soto responded with a smiling adios, prompting him to call her back. He doubled her bond to $10,000, declaring firmly, "I am serious. Adios." That could have been the end of the interaction, but Soto's next move shocked the entire courtroom. As she walked away, Soto turned back, flipped the judge her middle finger, and added a profanity. The courtroom fell silent as Judge Rodriguez Chomat, visibly offended, called her back yet again.
What's up?
I believe I heard you saying to.
Yes, I did. I'm not going to this.
I believe you. Did you say
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir, I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I find you in
gonna lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
Okay, that's fine.
30 days in the
3 days later, Soto returned to court a completely different person. Tearful and apologetic, she stood before the judge with her family and attorney at her side. Her apology was heartfelt.
Very irrational. My behavior was very irrational, and I apologize not only to the court and you, but to my family.
We live in a society where young people feel it is perfectly okay to use profanity and disrespect authority figures. That is unacceptable. He also addressed the role of her Xanax addiction, emphasizing how drug use could severely impair judgment and put her future at risk. Moved by her remorse, the judge vacated the contempt ruling, canceling the 30-day jail sentence and the $10,000 bond. He allowed Soto to leave custody directly from the courtroom, but stressed that she must participate in a drug treatment program at the Improving Life of Miami facility. You are being given an opportunity to overcome your addiction, he told her. I hope you take this seriously and learn from it. While Soto's apology earned her a reprieve, this case is a stark reminder of how quickly defiance can lead to harsh consequences. Unconventional that they seem to come straight out of a storybook. This next case is one such instance, a surprising and humorous twist on the traditional idea of punishment that will leave you rethinking what justice can look like. Avery White. In a small courtroom known for its unique approach to sentencing, Judge Michael Cicconetti presided over a case involving Avery White, who faced charges of criminal mischief for vandalizing a railway caboose. White, accused of spray painting property belonging to the Grand River Railway, stood nervously before the judge, anticipating his fate. The courtroom buzzed with curiosity. After all, Judge Cicconetti was famous for his creative take on justice, often crafting punishments designed to teach lasting lessons. As the hearing began, the judge addressed White in a tone that balanced seriousness with approachability. You know, when you deface public property, it's not just about the paint, he said. That's why I've come up with something special for you today. The courtroom fell silent as Judge Cicconetti announced his decision. Instead of jail time, White has to restore community property. But there was a catch. You'll be painting railings, the judge said, pausing for effect, with a toothbrush. The statement hung in the air for a moment before smiles and chuckles rippled through the courtroom. White's expression shifted from apprehension to relief, mixed with a touch of disbelief. A toothbrush? The judge nodded firmly. If you had the time to deface property with spray paint, you'll have the time to restore it, slowly, carefully, and with some effort. White expressed his gratitude, saying, I walked in here fully expecting to go to jail. I understand what I did was wrong, and I'll make it right. Judge Cicconetti outlined the details of the punishment with characteristic precision. You'll need water, gloves, and sunscreen, he added, his tone lightening softly. I don't want you coming back here sunburned and complaining that the toothbrush didn't do the job quickly enough. The courtroom erupted in laughter, but the judge's message remained clear. This kind of sentence makes people think twice. It's not just about avoiding jail, it's about learning from your mistakes in a way that sticks with you. The courtroom cleared, leaving everyone with a sense of satisfaction. Justice doesn't always follow the script, and these shocking sentences prove how unpredictable the courtroom can be. Were these punishments fair or completely over the top? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on these extraordinary cases. Do you think creative sentences like these are effective, or should justice stick to the traditional punishments? And if you love uncovering jaw-dropping stories like these, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another fascinating case. Thanks for watching.